Good afternoon, May. Thanks for joining us and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Emmanuel Ezekiel. Our first story is the arrival of governor who was reported to have fled the country. He's back, and he is the former governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako. Returned to Nigeria on Saturday. Nyako, who arrived from London on a Lufthansa airline flight, landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, around 4:42 p.m. The former governor was received at the airport by former governor of Gombe State, Senator Danjuma Goje, former governor of Zamfara State, Senator Yerima, his son Abdulaziz, and other political allies. One of his aides who spoke with our correspondents on condition of anonymity said Nyako decided to return to Nigeria following the inauguration of Muhammadu Buhari as president. Nyako was reported to have fled the country following his controversial impeachment by the Adamawa State House of Assembly. His impeachment, which he is still contesting in court, was said to have been as a result of his disagreement with former President Goodluck Jonathan. A leader of the Niger Delta Ijaw Group Council, leader of the Ijaw Youth Council, Asari Dokubo, has condemned the amnesty granted to the ex-Niger Delta militants by the late President Umar Yar'Adua. According to him, this was a bribe to allow oil flow from the Niger Delta region to the north. He said that was the reason he rejected the offer. Dokubo, who gave the clarification during the 2015 Mass-Up Day celebration held in Owerri, Imo State, also faulted the national conference organized by the federal government, insisting that the exercise did not represent the views of the Niger Delta region that is yearning for a referendum. He described Mass-Up and his group as partners in progress who are moving in the same direction to arrive at a common destination as one people and nation. Dokubo, who followed the last general elections in the country, decried the pace of growth and development of the nation over the years, noting that there should be massive infrastructural provision to stimulate the economy with conscious and unpolluted efforts to bring about industrial growth and job creation. Moving on now, an unconfirmed number of persons have lost their lives while several others sustained injuries when Boko Haram insurgents struck at Maiduguri, capital of Borno State, on Saturday. A security source says the first attack happened about 1 a.m. and 2:20 a.m., while the other occurred around 3 p.m. at a mosque in the town. 5 residents reportedly died during the attack, while the casualties among the militants is yet to be ascertained. Unconfirmed reports also claim that 10 persons were killed in the area that were attacked. A member of the youth vigilante group who spoke on the condition of anonymity on Saturday said some insurgents attempted to invade the troubled town about 12:50 a.m. on Saturday from the Ajilari Cross and Bintu Sugar areas of the town. He says soldiers quickly responded and engaged them before they could advance and overrun the town. The source added that the fight lasted for about 2 hours, subsiding at about 2:50 a.m. He could not have ascertained the number of casualties, and a resident of the Gomari part of Maiduguri, which is in the same neighborhood with Bintu Sugar, Ibrahim Ilia, said the 5 residents of the area were killed in the attempted invasion. Ilia said a stray bullet killed a man who was sleeping in the open as a result of the harsh weather. He revealed that 4 people were killed in the mosque in the house which was affected by the explosion in the area. And President Muhammadu Buhari has confirmed the latest terrorist attack on Maiduguri, Borno State capital. In a statement by the head of his media team, Garba Shehu, the president warned that his administration won't tolerate wanton and willful destruction of life and criminal elements that are bent on causing anarchy. He said his administration meant business in its determination to tackle terrorism with all the resources available to his government. Describing terrorists as cowardly murderers that target innocent people, Buhari explained that the Commander-in-Chief, he has sworn to protect the security of Nigerians everywhere. The president, while calling for increased vigilance by local communities, assured that his administration would give security close attention and that his government was committed to boosting the morale of the armed forces by effectively funding them and attending to their welfare. He condoled the families of the victims of the latest terrorist attack on Maiduguri and assured that the worst days of the criminal elements will soon be over. And President Muhammadu Buhari has warned security operatives at the airports against stopping former government officials from traveling abroad. The warning comes as against the backdrop of cases of what were described as VIP stoppages at some airports. President Buhari said in a statement issued by his media office that officials of past administration, including ministers, should not be subjected to harassment at the airports or at other points of entry and exit. He insisted that no one has his permission to bar anyone from traveling. The president also directed officials at the borders and other points of entry and exit to conduct their affairs in strict compliance with due process. And President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday evening appealed to Nigerians to be patient with his administration as he and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo begin to earnest work of reconstructing the country. He says the appeal is necessary because of the collateral damage that had been done to the system before the new team comes on board. Buhari made the appeal in his remarks at the inauguration gala night held at the Old Banquet Hall of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The event took place a few hours after he and Osinbajo took their oaths of office and oaths of allegiance before Nigerians at the Eagle Square, Abuja, where he promised to be the president of all. The president said the enormous damage inflicted on the country could easily be appreciated by comparing the nation's infrastructure in 1999 with what currently prevails. Buhari also regretted the high rate of unemployment among youth, who he said represented about 60% of the country's population. Now, the nation stood still for President Muhammadu Buhari during his inauguration as party faithfuls across the nation made it to the Eagle Square, Abuja, for the historic handover ceremony. But for those who had no opportunity of being in Abuja, all hope was not lost as they celebrated the inauguration in their own way. In Ekiti State, under the firm grip of the opposition party, the PDP, APC members gathered at Umuekiti as they signal optimism of a change in government of the state in the nearest future. Our correspondent Rashid has more in this report.
This was the mood in Umuekiti as these APC members watched on a large screen President Buhari's inauguration ceremony. Though not present in Abuja, they choose not to be left out in the inauguration celebration. Party stalwarts say it is the best they can do for their members to have the feel and taste of victory.
We know most of our members will not be able to go to Abuja to attend the ceremony, and therefore, Bafem organization was the opinion that since something is happening presently in Ekiti, people must be here to felicitate with each other for the victory of APC and General Buhari in the post.
With the APC forming the central government, Ekiti State is now in the opposition. This, according to top echelon of the APC, will not affect the fortune of Ekiti State at the federal level.
That is for everybody and for nobody. So he's the president of all. Either we're in opposition or we are in the mainstream, we will be treated fairly and equally, as we assured some of us.
Still basking in the victory of the APC, former Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Femi Bamishile, says the era of impunity may be over in Nigeria, which insists may signal change in the state soonest.
Governed by Ayodele Fayose from the People's Democratic Party. Unfortunately, this gentleman has raped the entire constitution from beginning to the end. I know our party would not take any manner of disregard to the constitution of Nigeria. And I want to assure you, be it in the immediate or the nearest future, there's going to be a change in Ekiti State.
With the governor of Fayose still locking hands with the 19 APC lawmakers, political observers say the impeachment war may still be far from over, even with a few days left for the lawmakers. Rashid, CoreTV News, Umuekiti.
If you've just tuned in, this is CoreTV News at 4. We'll go for a quick break and come back with more stories. Don't go away.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down. explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back, where you can track these stories and more on Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News, or our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. And also YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV. I leave a space and the news. Now, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has appointed Daisy Okocha as Chief Judge of the state and also ordered the reopening of all courts in the state. The state judiciary has been engulfed in crisis since the retirement of Ichendu as Chief Judge in August 2013. After Indo retired, former Governor Rotimi Amechi forwarded the name of Peter Agumagu, former President of the Customary Court of Appeal, to the National Judicial Council (NJC) for consideration as Indo's successor, but the NJC, which preferred Okocha, rejected Amechi's candidate. The issue resulted to a series of litigation, which eventually paralyzed the judiciary. But speaking shortly after his swearing-in ceremony at the Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt on Friday, Governor Wike appointed Okocha as new Chief Judge of the state and would be sworn in by 8 a.m. on Monday. Wike also announced that some lecturers of the Rivers State University of Science and Technology who were dismissed by Amechi's government had been reinstated. He assured the people of the security of lives and property in the state. Kate Abere, the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, administered the oath of office on Wike, and Ipalibo Banigo, his deputy. And here in Lagos State, Governor Akinwumi Ambode on Saturday held his inaugural meeting with the body of permanent secretaries in the state public service, where he explained that the state civil service will drive the change and the continuity which he intends to put in place in the next 4 years. The governor, who spoke at the Lagos House, Alausa, said he intends to strengthen the civil service and continue with the reforms through which he would carry out his policies. He urged the permanent secretaries, who are the administrative heads of the ministries, to see themselves as front-runners of the present administration, adding that he would take advantage of the experience he had gathered as a retired public servant. Ambode disclosed that the new offices would be created while existing ones would be streamlined in order to ensure that cost of governance was reduced while ensuring greater efficiency. Ambode stressed that he would saddle the body of permanent secretaries with the task of taking a look at the draft which the administration of former Governor Babatunde Fashola could not conclude work on, and which he had gone through but is streamlined according to his vision. He explained that in order to ensure effectiveness in his operations, he would be residing at the Lagos House at Alausa, saying that would ensure he would be report at his desk from 8 a.m. daily. A newly inaugurated Governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, has again reiterated his readiness to promote tourism, entertainment, arts and sports as part of the plans for excellence in his tenure. Governor Ambode revealed this at an inaugural dinner at Eco Hotels and Suites to mark his inauguration as Lagos State Governor. Patience Ajiboye was there and now completes the report.
It was a night of fun, glitz and glamour at the inaugural dinner of Governor Akinwumi Ambode, as he was surrounded by family, friends and well-wishers. In attendance was the Lagos business community, members of the Guild of Nigerian Actors, musical artists and APC stalwarts in the state. Former Governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, and his deputy, Adejoke Orelope, as well as Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Oluranti Adebule, were also present with their spouses to commemorate the graceful event. Fashola, who gave the toast, says, Lagos has become a name to be reckoned with globally for its industrial repute. In his toast, he thanked the people of Lagos, traditional rulers, public servants, and women for their support in making Lagos what it is today.
A toast to Lagos will be a toast to a new beginning, to APC, to change. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise and drink to this toast to our great city?
Governor Ambode also thanked Lagos residents for their support and asked for the continued cooperation of all to keep the state soaring.
The kind of collaboration that we've had we want each and every one of us to come together, start to propel the ideas that can give us an ideal Lagos.
Members of the Lagos State Council for Art and Culture also entertained guests, while contemporary artists Dami Crane and Olamide thrilled the guests. Lagos' newest first and second couples, as well as the former, also made a show of themselves while they danced together with Lagos Central Senator and former First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. Patience Ajiboye, CoreTV News, Lagos.
What a way to start governance. A group under the auspices of All Progressives Congress APY is organizing a prayer session for the newly sworn-in governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode. According to the chairman of the group, Seyi Bamibade, the prayer session is necessary to commit the new governor and his team, who will steer the affairs of the state into the hands of God for successful administration. The group, who pledged support and loyalty for the Ambode-led administration, enjoined all Lagosians to join hands with the new governor and his team. The group tasked the governor to tackle the problem of youth unemployment and pursue youth empowerment. Our next story is to Kano, where State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has disclosed the State Executive Council and has also relieved all political office holders of their appointments. The announcement of the dissolution of the cabinet was made through the Secretary to the State Government, Rabiu Bichi. The dissolution affected all commissioners, special advisors, senior special assistants, and special assistants. The governor commended the officers for their various contributions to the development of the state. The outgoing commissioners were directed to hand over the affairs of their ministries to their respective permanent secretaries. An immediate past governor of Delta State, Emmanuel Udwaha, has urged people in the state to support the governor Ifeanyi Okowa's led administration. Udwaha made the appeal at the Thanksgiving service held in his honor at the First Baptist Church in Delta, Warri. He says the success of the governor was the success of the state and urged them to give the governor their full loyalty. Udwaha, who read his text from Exodus 8, chapter 8, verse 16 to 19, also urged the people to beware of rumor mongers, which he said were fast increasing by the day. He thanked the people of Delta, especially the spiritual fathers and traditional rulers, for their support and wisdom. In response, Governor Okowa says his administration would forever remember Udwaha for the good legacy he left behind in the state. Okowa urged the people of Delta, especially the spiritual fathers, to pray for his administration and not to shy away. He also promised to partner the traditional rulers, whom he says are closer to the grassroots. Now, away from that, male hairstylists have become a force to be reckoned with, as they almost take over and overtake the women counterpart in the hairdressing trade. In this special report by Patience Ajiboye, some Lagos residents state their preference for either male or female hairstylists and gave reasons for their choice. Her report.
Traditionally, hairmaking has been an occupation reserved for the women folk, with mothers naturally grooming and plaiting the hair of their daughters from birth. And as the daughters grow up, they learn from their mothers as they make the hair of younger siblings and then make it a means of extra income when they make for schoolmates. In recent times, however, the art of hairmaking has not just had men interested in it, but has seen male hairdressers fast taking over the art. Although it is generally believed that men charge much more than female stylists, ladies prefer to patronize them as they believe they have a touch of expertise, and unlike female stylists, do not mix their business with petty talks and so give all their attention to work when it comes. Most women would therefore rather have a male stylist, and even men would rather have their women's hair be made by a male stylist. Some mothers, however, would not consent to it for any reason.
Female stylists, they are good at what they do, and male stylists are now very, very good. They're now professional than male, than female.
It doesn't make sense now. Why will my girlfriend sit down and the guy is plaiting her hair? It looks odd. I wouldn't allow it.
If the lady prefers the guy making her hair, so that's her choice. So I don't have an issue with that.
Some men, where they care, where learn, where have understanding, they can make hair very beautiful than women.
I wouldn't like a guy to make hair for me because I prefer a lady to make hair for me. I'm more comfortable with a female stylist. Like, I tell her what I want to do, and I feel she'll understand me more.
For these male hairstylists, it is a passion that is being very well utilized, especially since many women have agreed that they make hair better than female stylists.
I found myself as a stylist because it's what I've been liking to do right from time. So, and I think that's where area where I'm talented. You know, I find it easy for me to do. So that's why I go into it.
It's always higher compared to what the female counterpart will charge. You know, based on the fact that they feel that the male will always do better than the female. You know, that we are more skilled and we have all the patience, and as a matter of fact, we can deliver a very good job. So in most cases, women prefer us than to patronize their female counterparts.
With the growing influx of more men in the art of hair making, the popular cliche of what a man can do, a woman can do better, may be reversed in favor of the men in this case. Patience Ajiboye, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Would you rather say what women can do, a man can do better? From that report, we'll go for a quick break. We'll come back and bring you business, sports, and of course news outside Nigeria. Don't go away.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. Now straight to business. Spot gold prices fell to $1,180.55 an ounce this week, the lowest since May 11th, before recovering slightly. Gold demand across Asia was subdued this week, with premiums in major trading centrals falling to see any uptick, despite a drop in the metals price to a two-and-a-half-week low, as the strength in the dollar and equities kept consumers away. China was the top consumer of gold in the first quarter of the year and the second biggest after India last year. In Tokyo, prices continue to remain at a discount of 25 cents to 50 cents an ounce due to the softness in the yen. And our next story is on the world, what's called black gold, where oil prices are likely to stay relatively weak for the rest of this year due to ample supply from traditional Middle East producers and resurgence of U.S. shale production. A Reuters survey forecast on Friday, 28 analysts predicted the global oil benchmark North Sea Brent crude would average $61.60 a barrel in 2015, close to current levels. So far this year, Brent has averaged close to $58 a barrel, down from almost $100 in 2014. Brent is expected to rise to $70.90 next year and $75.90 in 2017, the poll showed. The poll forecasts U.S. light crude to average $55.60 a barrel this year and $65.90 in 2016. With WTI has averaged $51.79 so far in 2015. Meanwhile, oil prices sank this week to one-month lows on the back of the strong dollar and global supply glut fears ahead of the OPEC Qatar output meeting next week. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, is likely to decide at its meeting in Vienna next week, June 5, to keep its joint production target unchanged at 30 million barrels a day, but maintain output above that level. And from business to the exciting world of sports, and we start with England, where Arsenal retained the FA Cup as it proved to be far too strong for Aston Villa at Wembley. Theo Walcott opened the scoring with a powerful finish before Alexis Sanchez doubled the lead with a stunning strike from distance early in the second period. Per Mertesacker made the game safe with a header soon after before substitute Olivier Giroud added a late fourth, as the Gunners became the most successful side in the competition's history with 12 wins. Perhaps wary of repeating last season's disastrous start against Hull City, which saw them go 2 goals behind, Arsene Wenger's side began on the front foot in a frantic opening to 10 minutes and gradually cranked up the pressure on Shea Given's goal with a series of corners and set pieces. And now to FIFA, where re-elected FIFA President Sepp Blatter blasted the tactics used by U.S. anti-corruption investigators, saying the arrest 2 days ago were timed to intervene with Zurich Congress. 7 out of 14 senior officials and sports marketing executives charged by U.S. prosecutors of corruption and bribery were arrested from their hotel in Zurich by the Swiss police, 2 days ahead of the 65th FIFA Congress, in which Blatter won 133 votes against 73 from challenger Prince Ali Al Hussein. Blatter said he was shocked at the way U.S. authorities targeted football's world body and slammed what he called a hate campaign by Europe's football leaders. Russian President Vladimir Putin also expressed his anger on Thursday, saying the prosecution of FIFA top managers could be one way of the United States to achieve its own selfish purposes. The United States had lost the 2022 World Cup to Qatar, and England, another major critic, lost the 2018 World Cup to Russia. And now to news outside Nigeria. South Africa will launch an investigation into recruitment by the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant in the country, after an Al Jazeera investigation revealed that at least 23 South Africans have joined the group. The Amnesty of State Security has said. Brian Dubé, spokesperson for the State Security, said on Saturday that the ministry will be looking into the findings made in Al Jazeera investigations published on Friday that entire families had traveled to ISIL-held territory. Dubé's comments came after David Mahlobo, Minister of State Security, told South African television channel Enka on Friday that officials were working hard to verify the information revealed by Al Jazeera. And thousands of schools in Nepal have reopened over a month after the country was hit by 2 devastating earthquakes with magnitude measuring as high as 7.8. Students across the country attended class on Sunday in temporary classrooms, some made out of bamboo, on school grounds. The 2 major earthquakes on April 25 and May 12 killed more than 8,000 people and injured at least 20,000 people in one of the world's least developed countries. With most schools' buildings damaged or unsafe, the Education Ministry ordered that classes be held in temporary classrooms. Government inspectors who were sent to the schools gave green stickers for safe buildings or red stickers for damaged ones. Iswar Man Karayan, the head of the school, said that there was a general feeling of relief to be back at the school. And she said, I quote, that today we're feeling very good because all the students have come back to school, playing games and singing songs. But said it was not easy for many to readjust after the quake, despite the school opening their doors to the badly hit districts. And with that story from Nepal of schools reopening and children chanting and singing, forgetting about the earthquake, supposedly, we conclude CoreTV News at 4. Many thanks for watching. I am Manuel Ezekiel.